So just talk about what that whole experience was like last year.
It was nerve-wracking when I got to the NHC. It was a lot of fun competing all year last year. The first tournament I did last year was a cash tournament on a day where they also had a regular tournament for the NHC, a free tournament on that day. Never played a tournament before in my life, and I actually won the cash tournament and finished 20th in the NHC. And like, this is fun. I can do this more often, and decided to start playing the tournaments to get here to the NHC. And as time went on, I won one around the summertime. I didn't even know about the total points as to Rookie of the Year until one day I went on the site and like, wait, there's a Rookie of the Year standings. And I go look at it, and one of my best friends was actually leading, and we didn't even know we were competing against each other. That kind of led to a major competition between us where I think I ended up last year with like 26,000 points, and he ended up with like 22,000. And I think his point total would have won any other year, except we just went at it and probably went overboard. But we had a great time. We both qualified to be here last year. He's taking the year off because he has a newborn. His name's Eric Adler, and good friend, and he'll be back next year hopefully. But we had a great time. We had a great time here last year, and decided we'd be back here as many times as we can from there on. We got to spend a lot of time studying. It's not like a regular weekend tournament where there's 12 races. You could actually wake up in the morning, go through the forms and deal with everything for an hour and a half, and you've decided what horses you want in the pick and break. We have 8 tracks, 8 races to 10 races per track. We're looking at 70-something races tomorrow. You can't do that in 2 hours. You can't do that in 5 hours. You've got to put away a lot of time to study each night, to choose your races, use every resource possible to do that. I honestly couldn't do it without Stats Race Lens because I need something. I couldn't look at the racing forums for 8 racetracks and still be awake after maybe the 4th track. It's just way too much information. It's overload.
You got into playing contests. You were already in the horse business as an owner. But also, what would you say to the man on the street about why other people should learn about this and start participating in it?
Well, as to why I started doing it, it's simple. I own horses with both Little Red Feather and Eclipse Thoroughbred partners, but Little Red Feather started a process last year where the person who had the most points, who was a Little Red Feather partner, and ended up here at the NHC. If you won, you got an extra $1 million. So you got an incentive.
What, got an extra $1 million?
They had an extra $1 million bounty, and this year there's another Little Red Feather partner who actually scored more points than I did, who's going to have that extra $1 million kicker. As Little Red Feather started that with Gary Fenton and Billy Cox putting that together, I started doing it based on that. Just fell in love with waking up on a Saturday or Sunday morning and pulling out the racing forms and looking on Equibase and everything else and choosing 12 races, and especially on the pick and brace, I can put it in, walk away, come back 4 hours later and see how I did, because you really have nothing to do during the day as to you can't change your picks. It's great. The live competitions obviously takes a little more time and effort. As to the person on the street who wants to get into it, it's just a lot of fun competing against people across the country who have the same interest as you, who will yell and scream as you hear in the background right now when the horses are coming close to the finish line. And it's just great to be around people who have the same passion as I do. I've enjoyed it as an owner, and I make myself known at the track when my horses are running by the way I yell and scream. And I guess I made myself really well known here last year based on the videos that got put on Twitter as to yelling and screaming when my horses are on the TV.